What is your
my
question? Yes.
My question's for you, Intern John. I was wondering if you've ever had any romantic interest or relationships with Shelby Sauce.
Have I ever had romantic interest in Shelby Sauce? 877-995-4681, or you can text 99338. Let me say good morning to Marissa. Marissa, hello.
Good morning.
First of all, thank you for listening. What are we doing on this lovely Friday?
So I'm getting ready to go to Ocean City tomorrow. It's my 1-year anniversary with my boyfriend and I.
Oh, my goodness. Are we going to Secrets, or where are we going? Fishtails?
What?
Are we going to Secrets or Fishtails?
I don't know what any of those are.
Oh, girl.
Wow.
Secrets, you have to go to Secrets and OC. And just for the sights, and I've been told don't go in the water. And that's all anybody says about Secrets. And like I never questioned that. But I hope you guys have like the best anniversary ever. Thank you so much for listening.
Thank you.
Bye. Let me go to Emily. Good morning.
Hello.
How was your Friday so far?
Good. I'm doing well. How are you?
Doing fantastic. Thank you. What is your question?
I was wondering, I'm 20 years old, and I've been listening pretty much my entire life. And I was wondering how you guys have the stamina to continue the show after all these years.
Well, first of all, thank you for listening. I will say me personally, because it doesn't feel like a job, like getting up early sucks, obviously. So I think wouldn't be able to do it if I didn't like doing it. And it's cool, like all the cool stuff I get to do, like the job itself is cool, but all the opportunities that branch off, whether it's like personal podcasts for me or the comedy tour, and be able to coach hockey because of my schedule, that for me is how I'm able to like, I guess, stay motivated. And like the listener interaction too is like getting DMs and texts and like knowing that like hopefully what we're doing helps be a distraction from the whatever's going on in the world. That is for me. Riley, how about you?
I would say it's sort of along those lines, because we'd be lying if we said there weren't days or months or maybe even years in certain situations where it's like, ugh, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to get up so early. I don't want to always have to like tell everybody my life stories on the air. But then it legit feels like that day, correct me if I'm wrong, somebody, like you said, will DM and be like, hey, Riley, like you said this, and it really, really inspired me. And you're like, oh, that's why I do this.
Hell yeah.
Okay,
absolutely.
yeah. Like, after Malin was born, I had somebody that I talked to in Nashville like 8 years ago send me a gift saying, you have no idea what you said changed my life. So it's like that kind of stuff. It's like, wow, how could I not want to do this?
That's awesome. Rose, how about you?
Yeah, same as you guys. Definitely like listener interactions is like top of the list for me, because I feel like listeners have gotten me through some of like the hardest times, just like saying that they've been in this similar situation or sending words of encouragement. And I know that we do the same thing for listeners as well. So it's just like this really cool relationship. And that's literally the best part for me.
Word. I agree with everybody. Emily, is that hopefully I answered? Thank you so much for listening. Have a great day.
Yeah, thank you. You too.
Bye. To Pasadena we go. Allie, good morning.
Good morning.
What is your question? Yes.
My question's for you, Intern John. I was wondering if you've ever had any romantic interest or relationships with Shelby Sauce.
Have I ever had romantic interest in Shelby Sauce? It's a new trial on the show. Ask Us Anything Friday. We can ask any question you feel like. 99338 text or 877-995-4681 to call. I'm going to bring back on Allie from Pasadena. So again, just if people missed it, Allie, your question was what?
If you've ever had a romantic interest or relationship with Sauce.
So Sauce, who used to work here, then now does her own show in Atlanta. We have the Thought Shower podcast together. She's on the comedy tour together. We get asked this question a lot, but it's so this is. I mean, it's gonna be a long answer. So Sauce and I, like when she first started here, her and I did not get along. My ass didn't even realize it. I was kind of going through my own ish at the time. And then it kind of worked out that I went through a breakup. She went through a breakup like around the same time. And there was, I say, whenever I release my book about my time in radio, people aren't going to believe it like it's real. It is the most stupid, the dumbest stuff that could possibly happen happened. And like when I was going through the breakup, and she was going through hers, I felt like alone in the world. I felt alone at the station. I just was I was in a dark spot. And so for whatever reason, that's when we started becoming friends, and she was kind of going through something too. So we started bonding. And then with the podcast, I saw that she wasn't getting opportunities to grow. So we did the podcast together, and it took off. And then with the comedy show too. So the short answer, long answer, short answer is I know I wouldn't be here without Sauce. 110% would have left radio, been this ain't worth it, I'm out. Because she's my best friend in the entire world. If there's ever anything that that's bothering me, if I have need advice, she's the first person I call, and I know she'll tell me when I'm wrong, which is hardly ever. But also usually it's
you had me going until that.
No, but it's that person you call and go, am I crazy? And then they'll be the one to tell you. So for me, she's always been that for me. And I think as far as the romance thing, is Sauce a catch? Absolutely. Is she very pretty? Of course. Is she funny? Oh, moderately. But no, I'm kidding. She's hilarious. She's hilarious. But I think because how the circumstances in which we became friends, I think at least for me, and probably the same for her too. It was the romance was not even an option, and we kind of need each other just to survive what was going on in our lives. So I think because of that, it's we're more siblings than romantical.
I mean, that's fair.
Yeah. So and I'm not trying to skirt it. She just legitimately. I know that. I would have left radio if Sauce wasn't there to get me through that stuff.
It's gotta be a little frustrating too that people sometimes don't believe your genuine answer. It's oh, there's no way they haven't hooked up or blah 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 blah. Men and women can be friends.
Yes, and also too, as a side note, I'm not an idiot. I know Sauce works very hard. Sauce drove an hour one way, so 2 hours round trip when she first started to work for free when it was the Kane show. And then would go to school and go on forever. I know, because it's happened, where if we were dating, people would say she only got to where she is in her career because of the fact she was dating me. Because people have said that. There's people that said that Sauce only got to where she is because her and I must be hooking up. And by the way, that's from women,
So
which is
rude.
wild. Because God forbid it be somebody's talent and hard work. It has to be who they're sleeping with. Even though that's never happened. So that's a long-winded answer, Allie. I know it's, but it's a complicated question. So hopefully that kind of answers it.
Yep, absolutely. I just always thought because you guys have such great chemistry that something was going on there.
Oh, I think it'd be it would either be the greatest thing ever or it'd be a disaster. Because I think we would get on each other's nerves very quick. But Allie, thank you so much for listening. Have a great day.
You too. Thank you.
Bye. I hope that's not a cop-out. I feel like that's legit
I think that's the only answer that
not.
you can give. And sometimes I get how people would misconstrue chemistry as 100% they did the pokey pokey. 100%. I've had friends like that too, that we've been friends for 10 years, gone on trips together, did everything together, had the prom posy photos together, my bona fide +1 if I didn't have one.
Sure.
100%. It's not a cop-out. It's a difficult answer to give, because do you want to be hell no, I would never date Shelby? No, you wouldn't, but for the reasons that are correct. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
It's not because she's not a cool person. It's not because if you guys had met on opposite sides of the earth and not in radio, you would be oh, hey, there might be that.
Sure.
But you guys did meet this way. You guys are friends.
Yeah, and to that point, I think I would never want, again, for me, it's just see how hard she's worked, and she's gone through more baloney than anybody's probably should have had to, especially in this profession.
Sure.
Would never want anybody to be able to say that, oh, she didn't get it because she worked hard. She got it clearly because of John, which is crappy. You have to even think that way, but it's true. So,
I mean, but yeah, it is what it is.
I really like this. The Ask Us Anything Friday. Maybe we do more. If you have questions, we can bank for next week. 99338 to text. Couple things. The comedy tour starts 2 weeks from today. Got tickets for one of the sold-out shows next. And also...